Hello and welcome back to my channel. I want to show you for starts the new Copics I got. I got a B09, C3, and Y13, which is lemon yellow. And I'm going to start doing this Halloween card. And this image was provided by RJ, Thirsty Crafty Mail on YouTube. I thought it was really fun to try my Copics and my Spectrum Noirs and this type of creation. I've been coloring a lot, but just drawing and doing my own little sketches and stuff like that. But I really wanted it to work on a card, and what better opportunity with this image. I start by using my C3 cool gray and working it up. As you know, making hair is not an easy task with the Copics, but I managed. I did watch a lot of videos on how to do this, so I think I quite did a little bit good. I'm not gonna say perfect, but good. Then I work up my grays. I went with a C5, and as you can see, I'm trying to create the shading. The most grays I have of Copics is the color gray. I'm sorry. Then I work. As you can see, I pick up the C7. So after that, I got my black, which is 100 on the Copic markers, and I worked it up. You know, I went from lightest to darkest. A lot of people start by the dark colors, but I thought, I don't know, my common sense tells me that if you go from the lightest to the darkest, it's much easier than going from the darker to the lightest. So I don't know, that's my opinion. A lot of people does work with darker colors first, and then, you know, they go lighter. So it was fun. I really like coloring this card. It was quite a challenge because I don't have that much colors, so I couldn't come up with something that, you know, I would have want to, but I try to manage. He's a boy. He looks like a little vampire. I don't know, it's a mix of vampire with a little devil. So I was a little bit confused about that because he has like these little horns that I grabbed my R27 to color, and then he also has flames in the back. So I'm a little confused. As you can see, I got the new B09, which is the violet, to create some of the color of his coat. And then I went with the G28, which is a green, the ocean green, to color the coat. The colors were a little bit dark. I would have, I don't know, I would have loved to use probably lighter colors, but as I told you, I just have primary colors at the moment, so that's what I work with. I also use my E29, which is a burnt umber for the shoes. It's brown. It's a basic brown. And yeah, you know, to soften that up, you'll see that at the end I had to use some stickles because it was a little bit harsh, in my opinion, because like I said, primary colors are a little bit tricky when it comes up to what colors to use in an image like this. So then I got my Spectrum Noirs. I believe the color I used for the pants was the EV2, and then I used my B29, which is the ultramarine, for his shirt. I created this little stripe pattern on his shirt. I don't think you can see that, but and then I'm gonna go with the skin color, and for that I have a Spectrum Noir, which is the, I believe, the FS2, to create that color on his face. He looked like he had a mask, but actually what I did was make an eye other than a mask. I didn't want to had that impression that he was wearing like a mask. So I went with my black Copic and create that sort of an eye, and then I use, because I don't have blue colors or markers, I went with my regular color crayons and color blue, try to shade them out a little bit. Vampires tend to have light 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 colors of eyes. How do you say that? Eyes, I don't know. You know what I mean. So the biggest challenge here was that flame. So I started with my J13, which is a lemon yellow. Try to work it out again from the lightest to the darkest. So I think, to me, I think that's the better way. So for that, yeah, I used the J13, the J15, which is the cadmium yellow. Then I use the JR07, which is the cadmium orange, and R27, which is the cadmium red. Cadmium, the word cadmium means in the Copic markers is the primary or the main, color. So that's what I use for the flames. I think I did a good job on that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe you want to make a comment about it. Like I said, I'm in the learning curve. Copics are fun, definitely. I've been having a lot of fun. I think you've seen some of my work already. But then again, when you sketch and you make other images that you know the colors you're going to use, it's more easier than trying to figure out what you're going to use in an image that is already created. So that's a challenge, at least for me, and especially on the cards, because the way cards are colored are a little bit different from when you sketch something and then you go with your Copics and start, coloring. It's a whole different ball game. So maybe you're asking why it will be different. It's just coloring. No. No, because for me this is the first time I use these markers in an image like this, and it's not easy. I really had a hard time, honestly, even though you don't see that on the video. So he has wings, so I went again with my VGR1, the cool gray, and I made some lines to make a little bit of dimension to those wings because they were very flat. To bats has those wings like that. So I finished coloring. I went with a spellbinder and cut out the shape of that image, and I also cut out already from the new value pack paper from DCWB. I inked it up with my distress paint, that was peel paint from Tim Holtz. I thought giving a little bit of color to the edge would have made the image stand out better, because really the flames throw me out. Like, I didn't know which was the right paper to work with. It was hard for me. I really had a hard time trying to figure out what was the color combination that it could be good. Actually, to be quite honest with you, I was a little bit disappointed because I didn't know what to use, but at the end I think everything worked out. Then I bring up the fray burlap. It's kind of fast, and I want to say so many things, but the fray burlap for the edges of the regular paper that I cut off for the background. Uh, the combination came out well, in my opinion. The then trying to figure out what was the best colors to add as embellishment that was another tricky task. But I was lucky that my friend RJ sent me some new stickers that were violet, so I played with that as well. You'll see in a minute. Then I got my distress ink back again because I wasn't sure about the same color the image and the background, they were not blending too well. I needed that image to stand out, so I went back and did the edges with some of that black suit from Tim Holtz. And then I was kind of confused, and I don't know why I was so confused. I honestly think that I didn't know exactly what I was doing. but but I didn't. Guys, when I do this type of things, I don't plan them. A lot of people have already a plan when they make this type of things, but me personally, I don't do that. So, like I said before, the card was a little bit harsh, or the image. So I thought if I use some stickles, the image would soften a little bit. So I did get some of the golden thicker for the flames. I used green for the coat, some violet as well, and a little bit of red on the head to, you know, soften out the image. It works. You can't appreciate it, I think, on camera and other in the pictures, but it does work, and it looks really nice when you have the card in front of you. Then I was saying, I don't plan my cards. I just go with the flow, and maybe that's something not too cool or is too crazy for other people. But that's how I go. I go with what I feel at the moment, with the colors I'm working with, and I decide at the moment which is the paper I'm going to use. I don't go and, oh, you know, let me see this and let me, oh, this. No, no, no. I just go with the flow. And you don't see, you know, most of these things because I edit this video. Uh, this card took me probably 2 hours, or a little bit less than that, to create what you're looking at. But it was fun. It was a fun experience. This is a digi image. I forgot to mention that, and this was the first time as well to work with a digi image, which is a little bit different from working with a stamp image. Well, not different, but I don't know. It had a different feeling for me because I've been using a lot of, you know, Team Hole stamps and things like that. This is more like a Copic image, or to draw, or with markers and stuff like that. So that was really cool. So here I am with the thickers. The thickers, I love them. Uh, Again, this was the first time I used thickers. Well, not the second time actually that I used thickers for a project. And I learned this technique by watching some YouTubers. I thought it was really cool because it actually makes your lettering go straight. So I'm glad I learned that because it's really cool. I have used that technique a lot. It's really cool. You just grab a little ruler and then, you know, you make your letters straight. That's all you do. There's no secret about that. So other than that, guys, then I thought there was something missing. So I got this little batch from one of my friends on YouTube as well. This was from Jenny. Jenny sent me this last year, and I finally had a good use for this little bats, even though they're like Batman bats, but you know, they're so little that you can't notice they're Batman. But I put them around and it looks really cool actually. Also, the background has some little spiders hanging around, so I don't know, like I said, it's a combination of everything here. So I grabbed some little glue, put them up. The same way with, I learned this technique as well watching other people to make this little embellishment straight or the way you want them, because they're so small and tiny, it's very hard to grab them with your fingers. So the best way to do that is with one of those thingies. I forgot the name of that. But overall, I love it. I think it's fun. I think you should try working on a Halloween card, even though we are a month ahead still. uh, I love Halloween. So, oh, then I decided to put some little lace around it because there was something missing still, and I noticed that the glitter kind of like bend the image, so I was a little bit worried about that. I used my siren because that's the better way, I think, in my opinion, to stick this ribbons. So I did that, and it gave a whole different perspective. So I really like the ending result of this card because I was a little bit like, I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but it did. So sometimes you don't do great things. Sometimes you you can't do, and then you manage to make them happen. So there you go. That's my card for you guys. I hope you like all the process. I hope you have learned something from it. I did. So guys, if you like what you see, as always, please rate, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.